Alright, and welcome to another exciting edition of Uniball Let's Play. We have a UFL edition. For those of you that don't know, UFL is back. It's a Uniball fantasy league where players are bid on for points. And yes, you're not reading correctly. It is currently Zoop versus somebody. And that is fucking me, and they are playing. So it is my team, who is Ferocious, Superman, and Fiend, versus, I think BD's team is, I should know this. I'm not sure whose team it is actually off the top of my head. Is it BD? No, it's not Dark Deaths, and I know it's not Insane Asses. I could just ask him. But it is DD. I thought, alright, whatever. Anyway, it's DD's team versus my team, and basically DD's team is comprised of Prowler, Killer, and Flare. If I know their salaries off the top of my head, Killer's salary is around 27.5. Prowler, I think, just boosted up to 8, and Flare is a couple million. And Superman is 6.25 million. Ferocious is at 8.5, and Fiend is at 9. So I'm trying to think of the salaries add up, and I actually think they kind of come close. I think Red's a little higher, but that's okay. Looks like a pretty good matchup. It's Superman takes a knock on a salary more because of activity than anything. I think he's a really good player. We'll see how it goes. So we are starting. I guess they haven't started yet. I thought they started. But yeah, Superman's one of my favorite players. He's pretty sharp. He makes some really good passes. He doesn't go out of the way on defense a lot. He stays back. And Ferocious and Fiend I like a lot too. They're both dominant players. If I could knock this team, it's that they just have too much up power. I guess Superman and Fiend are pretty good on defense, and Firo can kind of shade out. They're all really good. Yeah, it's a burn there. Red takes an early lead, 1-0. No backside defense. Flare. Yeah. Some of these people haven't seen each other in a while. They all kind of remember Uniball Fantasy League and kind of getting reacquainted. Blue makes a nice steal here. They're going to have an opportunity. Ferocious has the ball up. Has a look on goal. Has Fiend on the side. Passes to Fiend. Has Superman on thing. Passes into Ferocious. Out to Fiend. Nice passing around. You know I like that. Nice passing. Nice goal. And it looks like they're going to get the face-off too, which is why you want to press that red team into the goal when you're on offense. But they're doing some really nice quick passing right here. Red's trying to pressure, leaving a lot of side up on the side, and Fiend just taking his time, letting him brush back. Fiend's got Ferocious on the side. Back to Fiend. Back to Ferocious. Fiend. Little space on the side there. Passes back to Ferocious. Taking their time. Fiend, I think he was looking at the side there. Corner. Taking his time. There's no shot clock in Uniball. I always kind of said if there was a shot clock, things might be a little different, but you know, I like the way Blue's kind of setting the tone here, not forcing the ball in. In my opinion, top games, they kind of get a little slower towards the goal. People take their time. Lower skilled games, they kind of rush in, try to do like one-timers, but you know, as you kind of advance, it kind of becomes a little more set pieces because you really have to defend, or trick rather, a good defense. But Red makes a stop here in the backfield. They're going to have an opportunity here. Flare has the ball on the outside. Looks like I'm not lagging. I could probably play the next game. Superman with a nice steal on the back wall there. Fiend with a nice shot. Nice goal. 2-1 lead. Goals do matter in UFL, so if you win 10-0, you win substantially more money than if you win 10-9. I think it's the split is if you win 10-9, you get 55,000, 45,000, and basically everything's tracked with money. Players earn their salary plus incentives to play. They all earn a bonus based on the score, and there's a leaderboard for how much money they earn in a season. And they also compete over salaries from the GMs, which is the salaries is just basically player perception. So a higher number just means that someone thinks that they're good. It doesn't necessarily mean that everyone thinks that they're good, because that's the nature of the game. But Killer is currently the second leading earner right now in UFL in terms of salary, and he has 27.5, if I'm not mistaken. Biz has 31.5. He used to be on my team, and someone made a steal for 31.5, and I said, you know what? There's some pieces out here I want to have, so I built a team I wanted to build, and it worked out pretty good, in my opinion. I will say it. I'm not afraid to freaking say it. Yes, Flare is trying to make something happen. Didn't really have an option, it looked like, and he rushed into the defense. Superman's making some nice, just some nice anticipatory defensive moves here. You can kind of see him kind of being the catcher of everything here, and with Fiend and Firo being aggressive like they are, it's making it difficult for Red, as you can see early. So Red's trying to get something going. So even if the game is lopsided, the teams still want to score. They're not going to like give up like in Hawk League, where if it's down 1-9, sometimes people won't try. You can still try to get some goals in, and kind of makes comebacks all the more likely. So it's always an interesting game, which is rare in, I think, any sport. Sometimes, you know, when teams go up, or you're playing a good team and a bad team, sometimes teams aren't I can't even say it. They want to get money, but they need an incentive to do it. Anyway, back to the action. So Ferocious, back to Superman, has Fiend up the side. They're making some nice quick passes here. Fiend passing up the side with some authority. Has Ferocious behind him. A little snap to his bounces right now. It's usually good to see. By snap, I just kind of mean the way his ship is popping off of those balls. It's good. It's good to have momentum. Momentum is a big thing in Uniball. You can use it to your advantage. But Fiend, a lot of space, no defense. Killer. I don't know if it was Killer's fault or he just saw the hole and gave up. But defense surely miscue right there. Just some great passing. That's what happens every time you pass. The defense has to readjust. So if you can pass in a way where you're making the defense move, sort of like in tennis or basketball, where you're making them run and move, you can catch them off guard a lot easier than if you just kind of run in and try to do something on yourself. And when you pass a lot, it does open up the individual play as well, because then they start defending the pass more. It's just passing 101 in my opinion. Just quick, fast passing, even if it's seems nonsensical or something, or you can't really wait for that perfect pass. You gotta keep the ball moving, keep options open, and that will open up the good plays, which is what you're seeing here. It's just having a hard time stopping Blue. Killer with a nice stop there, surrounding Ferocious. Takes it down the side, has Prowler behind him, trying to get something going. Killer can single-handedly score a few goals on his own, and we'll see if he tries to do that. He pretty much does. And they're going to get the face-off, too. Prowler with the ball, Flare on the side. Killer somewhere in the middle, makes a bump on him. He's kind of surrounded in a little bit of a trap, and Fiend makes a steal. There's a lot of space in front of him. He's going to bounce along the side. Looks like, I think he's going to take it in here. He's got a lot of space. Oh yeah, and just rips right past him. 5-2. So 5 down, 5 to go for Blue, and we got Red 2. They're going to have to get something going here on a sharp Blue offense. Nice pass up the field. Superman behind him. Taking their time again. Fiend's pretty good at not bringing the ball in and making a mistake while still being aggressive. It's kind of hard to balance the two. But you know, I don't think anybody would call him an unaggressive player. He's aggressive in most facets, but he'll still take his time. He'll choose kind of when he wants to be aggressive.
4, 3,
7-2. Ferocious with the ball, has Superman on the side. Back to Fiend. Fiend with a lot of space in the middle. Jukes it. Passes back to Ferocious with a wide open goal. 8-2. Pull back to our net. The classic Prowler macro. So players can set macros. Basically by hitting shift and an F button, they will announce their macros, and that is one of Prowler's teamwork macros, which I think is a good idea, to be honest with you. I was stressing the importance of falling back to the net. And this is going to be game. GG. GG.